freeze on SATA accounts expire. No electronic results for 2025 elections. These are some of the stories making the front page of the Daily Times. And that's what we're going to be giving you today on Monday, the 19th of February 2024. My name is Robert Edward. Good morning from wherever you're watching us, and this is Press Review program.
Headlines in the Daily Times newspaper, but my name is Albert Kadanda, and I will be taking you through the Nation newspaper. And on the front page of this publication, there are two stories. The exclusive one says "Dry Spell Doom," and that's of course the headline. There is a sub-headline which says some areas go for a month without rains, and 46,440 hectares of crops affected under Machinga ADD. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning.
How are you?
I think we are not going on okay. This drought thing.
I know that you are one of the smallholder farmers. That's why before reading part of the story, I had to greet you.
Otherwise, this is bad news. Now, but going straight to the story, which is on the front page, a freeze order that the High Court imposed on bank accounts belonging to business person Zenith Sata has expired, meaning he can regain access to the account for over 2 years. The accounts remained frozen after the Anti-Corruption Bureau (ACB) obtained the court order as part of its investigations into Sata's alleged corrupt dealings with some Malawi government officials.
All right. Now,
so I think the whole essence of imposing that order, I think when the court was doing that, to my understanding then was to give time for investigations.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I'm the only one feeling this, but I feel that reaching this far, more than 2 years, the investigations are not yet done. I don't know, and the order has since expired.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So now I wanted to ask you that, do you see this issue coming to an end very soon, or it is a tap that never runs dry?
I remember Taonga Sabwa from Times asked the similar question to the Minister of Information. When will be the last? When will be the last day that we are going to hear Sata's name? Like, when will Sata be cleared from government transactions and everything? Malawians are tired. They cannot just be hearing Sata, this Sata, that Sata, this.
Imagine.
When are we going to hear last of Sata? And the response from the minister shocked me, because the minister now started pushing the mantle to the ACB Director General. He said, you should go and ask the ACB, because we gave them all the resources. We gave them. So he even gave an example of a vehicle that is parked, has no tires, had no fuel, and the owner of the vehicle has given the vehicle tires and fuel, and the driver is not moving. So he said you should be able to ask the driver. So it's like government
now thinks the ACB Director General is not doing enough.
So okay. So it's something. When you hear this,
okay. Now, based on the example that the minister gave, that okay, there was a vehicle which had no tires and had no fuel. Now you've filled in fuel and you've given it tires.
Yes.
Now, okay, it's up to the driver to move. Now, what will happen if you confiscate that driver's license? Always you will be moving at night or using uncharted roads, right?
He has the license.
Yeah.
Everything is okay. But the COF is expired. The insurance is not there. The brake lights are
The driver has no license.
Do you want us to
confiscate, but you've given the vehicle the tires.
Yeah, so those are the questions that one would have in mind when hearing such responses. But yeah, you know this. I think we should accept SATA. I think SATA is here to stay. Otherwise, if we continue hearing these things, then it's a battle that we are fighting, but far from winning, simply because people don't want to do much and their hands are tied.
Yeah.
And all that. There was an issue to do with the supply. And I asked the question 2 times. I asked the question. I wanted the minister to come out clearly. Are we going to continue to be paying SATA? Should Malawians hear that? Okay, that we are going to continue to be paying SATA, whether we like it or not, until we finish the money.
Yeah.
Okay, he wouldn't want to come agree on that. He, however, indirectly accepted that we are going to continue to be paying SATA. The whole idea is probably running away from a lawsuit that SATA can sue. But Malawians have once paid, and more than once paid, the price of democracy with billions of money. We are going to vote again with billions of money.
Sometimes it does that deliberately.
And Malawians, because what Malawians want is, no, Mr. Sada, we are not going to pay you, because this is not in the public interest. Okay, when he goes to court, that's why we have people. We have employed lawyers in government. That's their job. They get money for that. It's their job. They have to defend the country. We have the whole attorney general. So why would you be? Yeah. So it's something. Ngani has a right. It icks me a lot.
Yeah, it really does. All right. So on the front page of the Nation newspaper, of course, I already went through the headline and the sub-headlines. Partly the story says the sustained dry spell, which has persisted since mid-January in some parts of the country, is beginning to worry some farmers, putting them under panic. Spot checks in some parts of the country show that some crops, particularly maize, are now wilting, as some of the areas have gone close to a month without rains. This is good news, I think, to many Malawians.
Yeah,
they already know
it's bad. It's bad, and but last year it wasn't like this. Last year was the opposite of this year, and I think we really need to learn. There was a day I sat outside. I sat Pakonde, and I was asking myself, I was asking myself, the whole of this water, where is it going? It'll just go down the drain and then nothing doing. So I think we need to make sure that we have put mechanisms, stock us on that land. How are we going to be harvesting the water? Because trust you me,
yeah.
My desert, but they still survive with the little they get. They make sure.
Yeah.
So I think we need to really be careful with this. Close to Mitsinja. They really have to make sure they're utilizing that fact. Yeah.
All right. High hopes on 2024-2025 national budget, and that's of course the headline of another story that appears on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Partly it says, with only 4 days to go before the presentation of the 2024-2025 national budget, there is a clash of interest between members of parliament and civil society leaders on their expectations of the budget. This emerged on Saturday when the Ministry of Finance held 2 separate consultations with the Parliamentary Budget Committee and leaders of civil society and non-government organizations in Ponera Indoor District. Well, is it on Friday?
Yeah, on Friday.
The Minister of Finance, Simplex Chichorabanda, is expected to present the budget statement, the 2024-2025 national budget. And looking at how things are going in Malawi, we definitely have high hopes.
Yeah. We really have high hopes. I've gotten a certain narrative now from Malawians. You know that people have lost. People really do not believe that government can help them. Okay, I'm taking this from the calls that I receive in Chizuro program. You know, I think people are now encouraging one another to just make sure that you just work on yourself, fight for yourself and survive. And you work for government, that goes on because it will simply disappoint you and nothing else. And so I think when it comes to the national budget, to me, I'm just looking at it to be something that is going to give us how minimum we are going to still be. We are still going to be as minimum as we are. And it is up to us as Malawians to make sure that on our own, as is Gillian sheet or Mozi Migira, but if we wait for Boma, it's something. It's something. Let's leave government to put structures, to put things that will just make us reap from what we work hard for.
And you know, Kwambili, I don't think the whole story is based on average Malawians. You know, they are the ones, the CEOs. You know, they say, we fight for education rights, we fight for healthy rights. Nowadays, when the budget comes out, what they look at is, has the allocation of the Ministry of Education covered what we expected?
And they have specific areas. So this is so telling government to make sure that this year we meet the Chakut declaration of what in education.
That word declaration. The declaration. That's what they do.
Every person, those people, they have their areas of interest. But let me tell you this, you know, Makanjira. I met these villagers. I want to articulate matters, you know, putting things into perspective. They are able to digest issues. Come on, I think we don't have the mechanism on how we can get my views from those people. And so, that's what I
was about to say. Really, okay, those guys, they are criticizing the budget.
Yes.
It did not meet what they wanted. That's what they wanted to include in their report.
Because the government will say we want to continue the community colleges because the community colleges and just the social as I was on my phone in my computer and the economy will be moving. Someone who has got an NGO will no one else is not vacant.
Exactly. The door out there is waiting for the report.
I think
are you doing it?
We should go to business.
All right.
I think before going there, we just pass through. Bushiri donates maize to thousands in Choro. Thousands of people from Production Authority in Chiravera and Choro on Saturday heaped praises on leader and founder of another Christian gathering, the Jesus Nation Church, Shepherd Bushiri, for giving them free maize. Now in business, Bushiri, In business, inflation rises to 35% in January. Malawi's headline inflation quickened by 0.5 percentage points to hit 35% in January 2024 as food prices continued to bite.
And that's as it stands, it's the highest in 11 years.
Okay, then ninaona vina vage pa WhatsApp pa magroup. You know WhatsApp group we have political bootlickers and handicrappers masquerading as sometimes as reporters who, and then they just write an article singing praises to government. And I have noted, I think maybe after they have written that, I think Gamalenga Maskinshot, I think they sent the politician or something like that. And then somebody was like, Akuta Chimanga Jamba Kutsika, Jamba Kuza Walbosende Chimanga Jamba Kutsika, and Tego and everything. So I was like, but is this indeed the true reflection? But I think with what we are seeing here, it basically Tengwaka Tundu Kukwila. And Tengwaka Tundu Kamagwila, Gawili Makaso, food inflation is yeah. So I think what we have in the we had the same story.
We had the same story.
And now moving to the arts. But I think we should tackle the international first.
All right.
Before we go to arts and culture, Israel Gaza war ceasefire talks not promising. Qatar talks to agree a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas in Gaza were not very promising in recent days. Mediator Qatar has said Prime Minister Mohammed bin Abdurrahman Al Thani said he remained optimistic, but at the time it's not on our favor. It is not in our favor, rather. It comes as Israel's Prime Minister said he would press ahead with plans for Rafah ground invasion despite growing international pressure.
Alright, every day is Valentine's, and that's of course the first story which appears on arts and culture page in the Russian newspaper. It says Wednesday was Valentine's Day, and as usual, it was a day of love and cherishing emotions and showing each other compassion. Couples all over the world took part in confessing their feelings on this day, as every year February 14 is the day to celebrate the love with loved ones. While one might say love does not need a special day to be celebrated, one might be right, just as they join those that say every day is Valentine's Day with their loved ones. Diary of a Weak Man, a poem by renowned poet Q. Malawis. It takes a lyrical journey that transcends the confines of a single day, expressing affection throughout the week, as it takes a new dimension with an artificial intelligence generated video. Right.
Is that true? Every day is Valentine's.
Yeah. It definitely needs to be true.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
we just have to make it
I think
real.
I think biblically it sounds very much true, but I think apart from that, alright. So I've gone back to the back page of the Daily Times. This is the Times Sport. Goal getter Tabitha ties with the leading scorer. NWFA calls for Scorchers support. By Mpaso Maridadi, Malawi women's national football team striker Tabitha Chawinga continued with her goal-scoring reputation in the quest to win the Golden Boot award in France's Division 1 Women League. The Paris Saint-Germain feminine forward was on target once as her side thrashed Infanti Gunham. That's another. Okay, this team I have watched how it plays. The Gunham 5-0 on Saturday. Following the feat, Tabitha has caught up with Lions. Okay, where is this? Okay. All right. So I think that's the story. Can't see where it's proceeding.
All right.
Moving forward. Yeah, but I think Tabitha has indeed done it again.
Right.
This woman.
Congratulations.
This woman, I think, needs plots. A lot of plots. Yes.
All right. On the back page of the Nation newspaper, there appears Chawinga goes join top. And of course, it's a similar story to the one you've just read. Another story says Chidima urges corporate world to support sports. And partly the story says Vice President Saulos Chidima has urged the corporate world to take part in the promotion of sports through sponsorships. Well, I think of there was a time when the Ministry of Tourism said it wanted to be sponsoring a certain team in China. Now I am wondering that, okay, now the Vice President has said, okay, can you please support the sporting activities in Malawi? We have teams that are financially suffering, man. We have football teams like, let's give an example of Mighty Mukuru Wanderers. It has been suffering until Binganjira said, okay, now I will be supporting it.
And even
there's a dynamos.
And even maybe without going to specific clubs, but even our national teams.
Exactly.
Our netball team. Absolutely. And so on and so forth. And then you tend to wonder, okay, really? Is this how we want to be trading as a country? So I think we can do better. I really think we can do better.
All right. I think before we go, let's just look at the international sports page in the Nation newspaper. There are two stories: Haaland's Day to Forget. All right, I think this is related to the match between Manchester City and Chelsea, which the Haaland and Asbariage analuza. And there is another story. I think it's the Arsenal fans' day today, as Arteta hints at Mbappe interest. Mbappe, Kylian Mbappe, he will join Arsenal. Wow. So now this is our boss Mikel Arteta saying everyone wants to play for Arsenal, as he addressed a potential interest in Kylian Mbappe this summer, although he considered the PSG forward is likely to join Real Madrid. Well, Zobira Madrid is on the scene. England.
Yes.
Mata.
We had the same with Ronaldo. You guys were also saying the same thing. But in terms of money, I think you would go to Madrid.
Yeah,
because of I think
money.
Money issues.
This is the only problem we have with Arsenal. The owner of Arsenal, I'm sponsor basketball in America, and he splashes a lot of money there. But when it comes to sponsoring Arsenal, I
think somehow even the Arsenal fans, I think it's already like no offense. Robert Edward, in today's press review edition, and Daily Times is going at 2000. I wasn't alone, I was with my colleague
Helbert Skatanda.
Now until we meet again, thank you so much. My Arsenal fans, I know you would want to be coming to my inbox, but I said no offense. Come on,
yeah,
oh, okay. All right, bye.